What's up, guys? It's Wally. Today we're going to be doing some battles with the Twin Beam Farigiraf. So Twin Beam is a brand new move that was introduced in this generation, and in fact is the exclusive move to the Farigiraf line. So why do you never see Farigiraf use Twin Beam on the ladder? And I mean, there are a couple good answers for it. I mean, first of all, you do have Psychic, which is a really strong Psychic move, which is a 90 power along with the 100% accuracy, of course, and does have the chance to lower special defense. And on the other hand, if you don't want to use Psychic, you can also end up using Psyshock. And Psyshock is a really great move because it ends up using the opponent's defense as opposed to special defense when calculating the move. So if you face something like, say like a Flutter Mane that has a much worse defense stat than special defense, you'll actually get some more damage as opposed to the Psychic. However, I think that Twin Beam could actually be a pretty good move, and one that could actually have some really good utility, especially now in Regulation D. As we know, Rapid Strike Urshifu is extremely popular out there, and it does have the water and the fighting type. And even though there are a lot of them that end up terastallizing to water, if the other team has already terastallized or they choose not to, if you end up using Twin Beam, you're going to end up getting a super effective move over into that Pokemon. And since there are about, I believe according to Pikalytics, like 15% of the Rapid Strike Urshifu that end up running the Focus Sash, the good thing about Twin Beam over Psychic and Psyshock is that you actually get 2 hits, and with that multi-hit move, you'll end up ignoring the Focus Sash if you end up being able to do enough damage to take it out. The other positive thing is that you actually have 2 chances to get a critical hit here. So obviously, you know, it is a 40 power move, which obviously isn't extremely strong, but the fact that it hits twice means that it ends up essentially becoming an 80 power move. But if you end up getting a crit on one of them, you end up getting that extra damage on one, despite the fact that the other one only gets the 40 power. And of course, if they end up having a screen up or they end up having their special defense boosted, you'll end up being able to ignore those things if one of them ends up critting. And lastly, with other Farigiraf out there, a lot of them do end up running Imprison too. So if they end up going Imprison, obviously they're going to block the Trick Room. Some of them do end up having Dazzling Gleam too, so that might get blocked. But a lot of them do end up running Psychic as well. So if they have Psychic and you have Psychic as well, you're not going to be able to use it. But with Twin Beam, since there really aren't any Farigiraf out there that are running Twin Beam, that's not going to get sealed. So you're going to end up being able to use it even if they go with the Imprison. So it's nice to be able to use a Psychic move that isn't really going to be blocked by anything. And of course, with Amoonguss out there too, having something that is going to be super effective on that, and of course then does end up hitting twice, I think is really nice as another benefit too. I've been a big fan of Farigiraf since Series 1, so I'm really excited that it actually still has a place in this meta, and still ends up being a really great Pokemon, especially with the Armor Tail to prevent priority too. And again, having it be an Imprison Pokemon to seal the Trick Room, I think is really nice as a really good way to end up countering the Cresselia and the Ursaluna combo too. So again, Farigiraf has a lot of great qualities, and having Twin Beam, it makes it a really versatile Pokemon. So I'm really excited to see what Twin Beam can do, because again, I know most of them are running with Psychic or with Psybeam, so being able to run with something a little bit different, I think is going to be pretty exciting. So I'm excited to see how great Twin Beam is over Psychic. So we'll get into the battles, but before we do, as always, if you guys are new here just haven't yet, please make sure to go down and hit the subscribe button. If you guys do enjoy the video, please make sure to drop a like too. But let's get into the battles. Here's a really great game for Farigiraf for a couple reasons. Number one, if for some reason they decide to go with the Trick Room, which I would doubt that they would do based on the Pokemon that they have, but if they decided to, we could always Imprison it. And also with, obviously Amoonguss would be able to take that out because the poison is weak to the Psychic. And then also with Thundy, since it is Prankster, it's not going to be able to do anything to our team in terms of like a status move. Only because with Armor Tail that blocks it, because with the Prankster it becomes a priority move. So thankfully we would be able to stop that. But let's start with Farigiraf as well as... Now I was going to say we could go Urshifu here, which actually would be pretty nice, but if they do start with Thundy, then they would end up going with an electric move. So it probably won't be the play then. So let's go with Glimmora. So let's go with those two, and then I'll have Urshifu in the back along with... I think I'm okay with going with Chi-Yu. It's probably not a bad idea, because that's a good thing to kind of counter Cresselia too. So let's roll with this team. We'll be able to go with the Rock to be able to go against Thundy. as well as going against Baxcalibur. And yeah, we're just going to be good with those guys. It's going to be a good start. Unfortunately, though, we do have to worry about some ground moves here. So, it is a little rough. I think we might actually have to start out with our Terra here. Let's see. I think we're going to go with the Twin Beam. I'm going to do that over there, and then I'm going to Terrastalize into ground. And go for a Power Gem over there. Now, it is possible that they go for a U-turn over into Farigiraf, but even so, if they go Stomping Tantrum or Earthquake for some reason, we would just be a little SOL. So... Ooh, into flying. Okay. So we're going to have to worry about that Terra Blast then. Just a little unfortunate, we'll be honest here, but even so, I think we'll be okay overall. Yeah, the Power Gem up into Lando is going to be really nice. Should survive this. I'm surprised they went over there with that, considering the fact that we would have been... unless that was actually to cover, because they may actually go for an Earthquake here then, too. Which I think is actually a really good possibility. We get our Power Gem first, though. It's like pretty good damage. Yeah, and then the EQ. Yeah, that was to kind of cover if we went for a Grass Terra. Perfect. Alright. You know what? That's not bad. That's not bad. I can appreciate that kind of damage. On this one, I think I'm going to go for a Dazzling Gleam just so I can get them as well. And let's go with the Spiky Shield, too. That'll kind of preserve us for a little longer. Nice. That's perfect. And then again, we're going to get the Dazzling Gleam. Question is, what did they go with? Oh, come on. No flinch. No flinch. That's rough. That is super rough. Let's try it again, though. And let's go for the Power Gem up there. They're definitely going to take us out, though. And that's the unfortunate thing. But I think overall, we can still be alright because we do have our Choice Scarf. Can't do that, though. Let's go. That's actually really big right there. Because now they're only going to be able to knock out one Mon. And it's unfortunately going to be them. That's alright. Farigiraf did what it needed to do. And now we're going to be able to take out with the Power Gem. This should KO. Yeah, you bet it does. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we're going to be good here. Who to bring out next, though? I think we're... Trying to remember who they even had in the back. Probably be smarter to go with Urshifu, though. I think it'll probably be smarter. Alright, well, I changed my mind now, but that's fine. We're gonna... Huh. What do they have in the back, though? Yeah, that could be the scary thing, especially if that's a Mungus in the back. I'm gonna go for the close combat over there, along with the Spiky Shield. They may actually call us going for the Protect because they know we have it, so they may not go for the Ice Shard, but just in case they do. Yeah, we'll be able to take out and we'll be able to preserve Glimmora for a little bit longer. Perfect. Unfortunately, that doesn't do damage with the Spiky Shield because Ice Shard isn't a contact move. But we were able to KO right here, which is really nice. And then now it's going to be down to Cresselia and... Question mark, question mark. Yep. Now, if that's going to be the mushroom, then we're going to be in a little bit of trouble here. Okay. Heatran, that's not fun. However, they did already terrastalize, so... Forced to go for the close combat. Ooh. Question is, do they have ally switch? That worries me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. That really worries me. I'm gonna try not to worry about it, though. Okay, the good thing is we do obviously hit through this, so we're gonna be good from that perspective. Unfortunately, we do lose Glimmora, but again, we do get a close combat over there, and that's honestly gonna be really big, and this is going to be a good hit right here, too. Nice. Knockout. Oh, we got the crit. Oh, that... Okay, yeah, that's really, really huge. Because I don't think we're going to be able to KO without the crit right there, honestly. I think that was probably going to bring it down to the red. Maybe the yellow if it was really bulky, but... Thankfully enough with the crit to be able to KO right there. That is beautiful. And now we have two Mons that are going to absolutely destroy that thing. We have to go with close combat because of... yeah, obviously because of the Choice Scarf. That's fine because we're -2 and Psychic is a stab move for them. They're able to knock out with that. Got the Dark Pulse, and that's able to knock out too. That is perfect. Yeah, we got a little lucky that they tried to go for the Ice Shard when we had Farigiraf out there. Because if they didn't do that, we would have had both those Mons knocked out, and it would have been Urshifu and Chi-Yu trying to do it on their own. So, glad it actually worked out that way. Good game. Right, now, here's a shot for us to be able to really kind of stop that Trick Room. I'm a little worried about them being able to... go with a final Gambit, though. I'm not going to lie. That is a pretty big worry, but I'm going to try not to worry about that. So let's start with Farigiraf here, as well as Chi-Yu. Let's see. And then in the back, I think we're going to have to bring Urshifu and Glimmora. Yeah, which I'm actually totally okay about. Oh, I see the mice kind of snuck in the bottom there. So that might not be a Final Gambit one then. However, anytime it's kind of on that Trick Room team with Armoresian and Didi, always gives me that Final Gambit, kind of feel to it. So it is possible if they do start without the mice, we might have to terrastalize into, no boy. Yeah, we might have to terrastalize into Ghost with Chi-Yu. So I'm going to go with the Twin Beam over there, just in case. Just in case. I'll terrastalize into Ghost to be able to stop the Final Gambit, and let's go with the Dark Pulse over there. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed they try to go for the Final Gambit over there. Because if that is the case, and they end up missing because, Okay, yeah, that is us terrastalizing. If they do that, then we'd be able to get the Twin Beam on them, and we'd be able to get some serious damage. So if they ended up going for a Final Gambit into Farigiraf, then you'd be able to... oh, shoot. Yeah, I should have went Imprison. That would have been the... Oh, never mind. I think we might be okay. Although, depending on what they do here. This kind of stuff, man. This is so rough. I mean, there's no shot that he actually goes for the expanding force, right? I mean, you had a Psychic-mon and a Darkmon. You'd be going into a resist and an immunity, right? So they'd probably have to go for like an Aura Sphere or something, right? I would imagine that's what it might be right here. This may be an Aura Sphere. Please be an Aura Sphere. Thank you. Okay. Whoo! Oh, man. Okay, I feel so much better now. There we go, though. We end up taking out Armarouge. Oh, man. Okay, I'm glad we ended up terastallizing then. And now this is going to be a resisted move, but we are on the Psychic terrain now, so... Okay, yeah, now I see why people go with Psychic and all that. Yeah, and again, I know I said Psybeam, you know, some people go with that, but... Or, not Psybeam, Psyshock. I know I said some people go with that, which, I mean, it is true, I guess, technically speaking. But even so, like, it's not as common as Psychic, obviously. We're gonna go with the... Yeah, let's go with the Twin Beam over there. I'll be honest with you, I kinda... No, we're gonna go with the Dark Pulse. Let's just do that. That's fine. Thankfully, we'll get the Dark Pulse first, as long as we survive whatever move this is. Oh, we're totally okay then! We might actually knock them out, because this is a 4x weakness. And we are on Psychic terrain, so I wonder if we actually do it with one... Like that first Twin Beam, that 40 power one, you know? Let's see. Psychic terrain, as well as Chi-Yu out there too. That's going to be a big help. Alright, okay, yeah. Nice. I like that. Beautiful. All you need is one. Psychic terrain plus Chi-Yu plus stab. Yeah. Yeah, you like that. Oh, it's you again. Okay. And they already terastallized, so we can just go with another Twin Beam. Oops. Okay, yeah, so either way, we would have been able to pick up the win there. Because I would imagine they were choice scarfed, otherwise... I would imagine they would have been. So they would have been choiced into one move, and it would have been difficult to take out all the other Mon, you know, with that. So there we go. Good game. We got a pretty tough matchup here. Well, for Farigiraf here. I think what we're going to do... Because I am worried about a Tornadus and Urshifu lead for them. However, I think Glimmora is actually a pretty good lead for any of them, to be honest. With the exception of that. But we're going to try Tornadus and Glimmora to start. And then in the back, of course, Farigiraf. And... You know what? I think we're going to go Urshifu too. Because again, at least we have U-turn to be able to take care of Rillaboom with that. Or in fact, to be honest with you, Close Combat might actually be stronger. So we might go with that instead. Unless we need to swap out. Okay, not bad. This is a pretty decent lead here then. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with the Tailwind, and we're going to go with the Power Gem over there into POW. That will bring it down to Sash, assuming that they don't protect and they don't terastallize. That's my hope, at least, you know? I mean, POW typically does end up... Yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah. See? Perfect. It's gonna bring it down to Sash. Never mind! Oh, they must be like Warp or something! Okay, nice! Now do we deal with the... We do have a Bleak Wind Storm here. Perfect. Beautiful. Glimmora, like, avoids it. And even so, We resist that with Glimmora, so we're totally fine. Beautiful. Nice. Yeah, that's who I was afraid of next. Alright, now, but question is, are they Mental Herb? I have a feeling that they are Mental Herb, and that kind of worries me, to be honest with you. But let's go with the Bleak Wind Storm. Let's go Bleak Wind Storm, and I know this sounds weird, but I think we're going to swap into Farigiraf. Now, we may end up losing Farigiraf. I think we have some pretty good bulk, so we might not. But at the very least, we get them with the Rocky Helmet. So if we can do some damage that way, that's going to be pretty big too. So, again, I would imagine they would go with the Surging Strikes over there. Yep, here comes that water, Terra. Yeah, so Twin Beam is no longer going to be super effective, but it will still be neutral, so at least we can deal with that. It's a Tailwind. I didn't want to waste a turn if they were Mental Herb, so... Nice. Can we lower speed? Nice crit on Torn. Nice, we do. Now, if they go over there, we may end up knocking out here. Depending on how they spec their... Yeah, depending on how they spec them, we may have actually KO'd them here. And we survived, too. Yeah, I think we end up KOing them with the Rocky Helmet. Beautiful. You'll love to see that. Yeah, I was curious what their HP was, because it looked like they were about at half. So it just kind of depended what... Oh, they were, because they were in the yellow. Hello. So sorry, my bad. Yeah, I think we're going to be fine regardless. Perfect. Ooh, that's going to be rough. However, with our Urshifu, we do end up having the Choice Scarf. Choice Scarf on it. How much longer do we have our Tailwind? 2, and they have it for 3. That's okay. We're going to end up losing the both of them, I would imagine. But... But I'm okay with going to Rain Dance here. That's going to really help Urshifu on the next turn, too. But for now, let's go for the Twin Beam into Tornadus and hope that we can actually do some good damage over there. Beautiful. Love to see that. Although we are going to get knocked out here if they do end up hitting with the Bleak Wind Storm. Which I would imagine they would. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because of the ring. We set up the ring. Hello. Alright. That's totally fine. Again, we still have one turn of our Tailwind left. And we are still out there. So let's go Urshi here. Again, we do have Scarf, so we are going to be faster, because I don't remember seeing Proto for them. Let's go Bleak Wind, and let's Terra into Steel. And let's go for the Surging Strikes over into Fluttermane. And again, because we do have the rain up, it's going to do some more damage, so beautiful. Even if they end up terrestrializing here, we're still going to do some really good damage over there. And also because we're going into Steel, we're going to resist the Flying as well as the Fairy move that are going to come this way. So we're definitely going to have more than one turn with this Urshifu right now. Still happy with what Farigiraf did. You know, it didn't really do any damage with any moves, especially with the Twin Beam, but it still did, I guess, technically residual, holy cow, residual damage with the Rocky Helmet. Or I guess indirect damage with the Rocky Helmet. Alright, bye Flutter. And we get our Bleak Wind first, get Tornadus down to the red. Bleak Wind for us. Urshi's good, and then actually both of our remaining Pokemon, that's not great. Both of our remaining Pokemon end up resisting flying, or end up resisting, yeah, flying types. So we're going to be okay here. Going to be totally okay. Actually, I wonder if Glimmora... No, I still think that Urshifu outspeeds even at -1. I don't think it's going to matter, because they're going to cancel the battle. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Again, even though Farigiraf didn't do any direct damage, the indirect damage with the Rocky Helmet knocked out Urshifu and made it so that we didn't have that big threat out there. So, there we go. Good game. Oof. Our last matchup of the night is... I mean, I guess technically Series 1 plus Ursaluna. So, we're definitely going to have to start with Farigiraf here to be able to get the Imprison. I can't really do that, though. I was going to say, I kind of want to go with Tornadus just so I can set a Rain Dance for when they end up bringing out... what's its face? The turtle. That's okay. What we're going to do instead... Actually, you know what? We may actually do that. I think I'm going to do that. We're going to go Tornadus and them as well. The thing about Tornadus, though, is the fact that we can start with a Bleak Wind Storm and end up doing some pretty decent damage into, like, Hariyama if they end up bringing them. But then in the back, we're going to have Glimmora, and I think we're going to have Urshifu, too. Again, we'll be able to hopefully stay out there long enough and win the Weather War to be able to put up the Rain Dance. But at the very least, at least we have them out there to potentially get that. And then with oh my gosh, Urshifu, not Ursaluna, but with Urshifu, at least we can choice ourselves into another move if we feel like we have to. Alright, perfect. Alright, so here's what we do turn 1, is we go Imprison, and we go with the Bleak Wind Storm. Now, question is, do they have Wide Guard? Either way, they're probably going to go Mental Herb. Or they probably have Mental Herb over there, so going with the Taunt on the first one actually wouldn't be a horrible idea. I'll think about it. We'll see. But here I think they know that we're going to go Imprison, so maybe they don't go with the Trick Room then. Question is, what do they go with? Now the good thing here is we can always go with the Twin Beam on the on Hariyama too. No. 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 Oh, that's rough. At least we got the Imprison though. We can deal with that. Close combat, that's a neutral hit. Does a good amount of damage too. And that does lower their obviously both defenses. But they get the damage from the Rocky Helmet, and they can't use Trick Room. So, perfect. And there's the Poison, or the Toxic Orb, to be able to get the, you know, that move. So, perfect. Let's do that, and let's go Bleak Wind Storm again, and let's hope for the best. I think we should be able to knock out Hariyama here pretty easily. And they realized that, and that's why they took them out. Question is, who is this? Ah, it's a Farigiraf of their own. And we miss another Bleak Wind. Man, that slot is so elusive. But at least we get a crit over there. We can take that for sure. We get the Twin Beam. Wow, ours is much... Never mind. I'm going to refrain from making that statement. That's fine. They're avoiding Farigiraf here, which is... Alright, but, I think we're going to go with the Dazzling Gleam here, and let's go with the Bleak Wind Storm again, too. Let's hope we can actually hit this time. That would be really cool. Nice, we do! Pick up the KO over there. Now we're going to get a singular... Dazzling Gleam over there, so that's going to be the 80 power, which is going to be nice. That's pretty nice. Of course, the Hyper Voice. Good damage, but not quite enough. However, they do get a +1, and that is not ideal. But the good thing is we keep our Farigiraf in, we're totally fine, and no matter who they bring out next, we should be okay. I did say should. We're going to go with the Twin Beam over there, though, and let's go with the Bleak Windstorm again, too. Now, they may Protect to be able to get their Guts as well, but I feel like, and then again, we'd miss 2 Bleak Windstorms, so I shouldn't really rely on it, but hey, there we go, that's what I'm talking about. And now we're going to get the Twin Beam over there. I don't think it's going to do a ton, but it should be pretty decent damage to bring it down to the yellow. Well, it did get down to the yellow. I appreciate that. The Facade to take out there, that's fine. But again, they do get hurt by the Rocky Helmet, and that's the other benefit of having that Farigiraf out there too, is it does have the Rocky Helmet as well. Perfect. Now we're going to go Glimmora here. Now the reason for that is because they're going to be able to fake out, and I would imagine they're going to end up faking out Tornadus. But just in case they don't, we're going to go for the Spiky Shield. Let's go for the Bleak Wind. That way, if any of them try to do some damage over into Glimmora, we're going to do some extra damage over there. There's the Protect. Oof. Okay, yeah. That's okay, because here's the good thing here is they both take a little extra damage because of their statuses. And then we have an extremely fast, whatchamacallit, Urshifu coming in. I think we still have our Terra, don't we? I believe we do. Yeah, we do. Cool. Well, let's end up terastallizing into ground here. Don't necessarily know why, but... ooh, they never ended up terastallizing themselves. I'm going to terastallize and go for a Sludge Bomb over there. And I'm going to go for the Surging Strikes there. Yeah, I'm kind of curious which one they're going to end up terastallizing. And what their Terras are on those, actually. I would imagine one of them is Ghost. The Ursaluna would be Ghost. I don't know what the Hariyama would be. Well, we're about to find out one of them. What do we got? What do we got? Alright, Hariyama into... We should have went with the Earth Power. That's okay, though. That's okay. I'm still okay with this because we end up knocking them out. Even if they go with an Earthquake, we're totally going to be fine because we ended up terastallizing. We got away from the 4X weakness. And I think Ursaluna has... Or, Urshifu, pardon me, has more than enough bulk to be able to withstand this. And then we'll have the Surging Strikes on the next one. Yeah, EQ's going to be strong, but I think we're going to be able to withstand it, though. Yeah, on both. That's what I'm talking about. Glimmora's going to get its berry, so it's actually going to be able to withstand one more. Well, let's see, because that did 118. Oh, that's a roll. That's a roll. But it doesn't matter anyways, because again, we're going to be able to get... we're going to be able to get the Surging Strikes over there first anyways, so... There we go, that's what I'm talking about. And again, Farigiraf actually had some really good utility in that one, too, to be able to imprison the Trick Room, as well as being able to actually do some really good damage with the Twin Beam, too. But again, there we go. Really good game. After using Twin Beam, I definitely see why people end up using Psychic and Psyshock over Twin Beam. However, again, if you want to avoid being imprisoned and having Psychic locked out, or being able to do 2 moves in the same turn to be able to go into a Mon with Focus Sash, or anything like that, Twin Beam is actually a really good move to have on Farigiraf. Obviously, if you want to go for something that is stronger, Psychic is definitely the play. But again, I think that there can be an argument to use Twin Beam. Like, for instance, on that one that we ended up going against Sneasler, if we ended up going with Psychic and they had the Focus Sash instead, which obviously with them probably being unburdened, that wouldn't really make a lot of sense, but even so, if for some reason they did, we would have been able to knock out with the Twin Beam because we would have done the first move, gotten them down to Sash, and then that second one would have been able to knock out completely. And you even saw how much damage it did on that Sneasler too. Although, take that with a grain of salt because that was on Psychic Terrain, and that is a 4x move on Sneasler too because of the fighting and the poison. So, again, that was going to do big damage regardless, even if we weren't on the terrain, and also we had Chi-Yu out there too. But even so, again, if you're looking for strength, don't go Twin Beam. However, if you are looking for a move that can still do some pretty good damage, be able to hit twice to be able to kind of avoid Focus Sash on Pokemon that are going to be weak to the Twin Beam, or just because you, again, don't want to get imprisoned off, I think Twin Beam could definitely be a really good play here. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed the battles. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like, and we'll see you guys next time.